Ew. Disgusting. Oh. Disgusting.
Millie Weaver reporting for Infowars.com. We are here in Washington, D.C., right near the U.S. Capitol building. And as you can see, there's a large women's rights protest. Let's go see what they have to say. Ma'am, what brings you out here today?
Just to protect my rights and bring everyone together and be happy and love Trump's hate.
Okay. So you don't feel like Donald Trump's going to do anything for your rights?
Hell no. He's not. I mean, just his statements. I don't want him to grab my pussy.
One thing that's kind of interesting to notice is that a lot of these protesters here all seem to be wearing these hats, these pink hats with cat ears. So I don't know if this is like a new thing, like how the communists have their berets, but I'm noticing that all these feminists tend to have cat-eared hats. So what do the hats actually mean? Like, what are they called?
Pussy hats.
So these are the pussy hats then, right?
Yes, that's what these are. That's it. Hi, Mom. I'm talking about pussy on the camera.
You are allowed to be out here. All voices should be heard. I'm just disappointed in what the results of fake news have done to the country.
So you're really disappointed in like CNN, right? Because they've been caught lying many, many times.
You'd have to tell me what the facts are about that. I don't know what the evidence is that CNN has lied. Really?
You don't think that this whole Golden P-Gate story they got called out for promoting was not being caught as a lie? No, that was a real. No, that was a lie. You're talking about fake news.
I want to hear about women's health. I want to hear about equality for everybody. I don't want to hear about pee. I'm not.
Well, when she asked me a question, and when I answered it, you want to change the subject.
I don't consider that news. So if you want to talk about a real issue, give me a real issue.
CNN was talking about this. We were not promoting this.
CNN. I would like to talk about real news, real equality, real information.
A lot of people are out here against Trump.
Well, then you'd have to talk to
because
them
he
about
wants
that.
to defund Planned Parenthood, which is I worked at to get birth control for many women.
Would you support funding Planned Parenthood?
Yeah, if it didn't have to do with abortions, they do some very good work. Cervical cancer, lots of women's health issues are taken care of. I know one of the candidates, I won't mention names, said, we're not going to spend that kind of money on women's health issues. I am.
What about him trying to get paid maternity leave for women? What about the fact that he's trying to make it so women can write off their child care expenses?
We will support him
Right.
proudly and loudly.
But
Michael Moore.
We'd like to protest Donald Trump because we believe he's not fit to be president. Yeah.
Why do you think he's not fit?
He does not have control of anything. His cabinet is a mess. Nobody there has any intelligence. No one knows what they're doing. They're just rich and they bought their way into power.
when women make up half of the population of the country and someone who does not respect women expects to rule the country, how is that going to work? I mean, if you cannot respect the people that you're trying to manage, it's never going to work well.
The president is supposed to represent the people, and he does not represent the majority of the people.
Yeah, the majority.
So how do you think he doesn't respect women when, he seems to be pretty respectful with his daughter? And, wouldn't you say maybe his daughter and his wife and all these women that surround him wouldn't want to have anything to do with him if he was disrespectful to them?
Well, I mean, he does grab pussies, so, I'm not really into that.
Why did you vote for a racist idiot that makes fun of disabled people? Sorry.
He doesn't make fun of disabled people. What brings you out here today?
The Women's March, honey. Equality, inclusivity. What brings you here is the real question.
Just covering the news, working as a female reporter in the field.
Yes, girl, get it.
So, what do you think about Donald Trump? Is this why you're part of the reason you're out here today?
I think that Donald Trump may be a factor of the reason, but I think the main reason is just the awareness of inclusivity and equality. I'm here with the Back to Work Collective, and we're a theater group who's really focusing on how to deal with situations and people maybe feeling left out and privilege and oppression and how to kind of talk through that and work through that.
So these women's rights protesters are completely trampling all over somebody's garden. Excuse me, I'm a woman here and do I have a right to work? Are you against my right? Yeah, are you against my right to report as a reporter? So why are you getting in front of my shot right now?
Because you're broadcasting terrorism to the people. You're terrorizing millions of people. You're supporting Franco.
No, we're not. We're just showing the truth. We're showing the truth out here. We're not supporting Hitler. Are you kidding me? Hitler was a socialist. Hello. Okay. Well, wow, some very respectful guys out here. I am basically just trying to point out that these protesters are trampling all over this garden here. This is a private garden, and they are just trampling it. They don't care. Very disrespectful people. I find it a bit ironic that, you know, they make this big claim about grabbing women by the pussy and invading people's private spaces. Well, this is a private garden here, and they're stomping all over it. Yeah, what's going on? What brings you out here?
I'm standing in here.
Do not grab that.
Fine.
Thank you.
I'm standing here for my mom and my sister. They're somewhere. I'm not quite sure where they went, but I'm here. I'm a proper gentleman. And I believe I have a duty and responsibility to stand with my women counterparts and with my family.
So do you also stand with Melania Trump?
I stand with basically everyone, as long as they aren't saying we should. I stand with everyone as long as they aren't preaching hate.
So, okay, so what about some of the protesters out here that have been, making derogatory claims toward Melania and toward Donald Trump's mom? I saw somebody with a sign that said, Donald Trump's mom should have swallowed. Don't you think that's pretty disrespectful to Donald Trump's mom, and what did she ever do to deserve that?
What is the First Amendment? And as long as you aren't making a direct threat of violence or, inciting panic, you have the right to say whatever the heck you want. At the same time, don't you think it's rather hypocritical that Trump is on one side half the time and on the other half?
Don't you think that's a little bit better for you guys, people leaning left, than somebody who would be an ultra-conservative?
It depends on which way he goes.
He didn't even say he was going to completely shut down Planned Parenthood. He just said he wasn't going to make tax-paying dollars go toward abortions.
They don't. They already don't.
From Planned Parenthood, the tax-paying dollars that go into it.
They don't go to abortions. They go to the other 97% of the things that Planned Parenthood does. Whoa!
What do you think about the fact that Donald Trump actually did say that Caitlyn Jenner could use any restroom that he wanted in his hotel?
You mean she?
That she wanted in her hotel.
I think it's just a facade. Trump doesn't care about me or anyone like me.
But doesn't that make a statement, though? When you say he was making a statement somewhat on your behalf?
No, when he lets one of the most privileged trans people out there use the bathroom, that doesn't say much at all.
But what has he done against trans people, or said against trans people specifically?
Other than Pence. Mike Pence is what
he's the president, so what has he said against, or what actions has he done against trans people?
He has Pence as his vice president.
So you're really upset at Pence, so wouldn't it be more appropriate to say, F Pence, not F Trump?
They're a team.
So what has Pence said recently and come out and saying against trans people?
It's not what he said, it's everything he's done in his career. He believes in conversion therapy. Where's your sign?
Anna, he has it. Queer teens subjected to conversion therapy are 8 times as likely to commit suicide.
All people are created equal. And I believe that no one should be harassed or mistreated because of who they are, who they love, or what they believe.